Welcome again, everyone. Today, we will work understanding the elements of fiction. As we previously mentioned, every fiction story must have certain elements that will be part of the development of the story. So, let's begin by comprehending that a plot is a sequence of events in a narrative work. This plot can be seen like a plot line. We have the exposition or the introduction of the story. We have the rising action of the story. We have the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. The exposition is formed by the setting and the characters. The setting is formed by the time and the place of the story. Then we have a rising action formed by conflicts, and those conflicts and that rising action will lead us to a climax. After the climax, the story will have like a twist, going to a falling action, and finally into a resolution. Now let us begin by explaining the exposition. The exposition is an author's introduction of the characters, setting, and situation at the beginning of a story, novel, or play. The setting describes the time and place in which the event of a literary work occurred. Settings include not only the physical surroundings, but also the ideas, custom, values, and beliefs of a particular time and place. And finally, the exposition also includes the characters. The rising action is the part of a plot in a narrative work where complications to the conflict develop and increase in interest. This rising action is formed by conflicts. And a conflict is the struggle between opposing forces in a story or drama. There are four main types of conflicts. In a story, you can find that the main conflict was man versus man, or man versus himself, men versus nature, like in The Day After Tomorrow, and men versus society. Now that will lead us to a climax. Okay, now the climax is the point of greatest emotional intensity, interest, or suspense in a narrative. Usually the climax comes at the turning point in a story or drama. And finally we have the falling action, which is the part of the plot in a narrative work where the conflicts begins to solve. And after we have solved those conflicts, we get to a resolution, which is the part of the plot in a narrative work where the conflicts are solved already and the story gets to its end. Hopefully this has been cleared for you. Exposition, setting and characters, rising action formed by different conflicts, climax, falling action where these conflicts are going to be solved, and finally the end. See you later, people.